The average internet user spends around 3 hours on social media. This includes you right now. The platforms we use on a daily basis have been specially made so you spend as much time as possible viewing endless highly stimulating content. It's free because you are the product. An average human being absorbs around 11 million bits of information every second, but we can only process about 40 of them. It's one of the reasons it's so easy to overflow, and it often results in doing more for less. Another reason is the number of things that are constantly fighting for our attention on a daily basis. We've got every business trying to stimulate you only for their own interests. A clear example is social media, where you spend countless hours looking for the next dopamine hit. Mark Zuckerberg, founder of Facebook, now called Meta, even stated, "I don't know why they trust me, dumb fucks." Although this was before he became the 6th richest man in the world, it still proves the point I'm trying to clear. An overflow on your attentional space can very easily derail your focus and highly damage your productivity. This is why I recommend switching off anything highly stimulating when your goal is to focus. Overflowing can cause both autopilots and daydreaming. Autopilot, which happens when you only focus on external activities, and daydreaming, which is caused by only focusing on the thoughts in your brain. Being aware is powerful, literally. It gives you control. Being aware is the art of living both in your physical environment and in your mind, and it's also the key to one of the best productivity techniques. James Clear, the author of the book Atomic Habits, wrote, "Awareness is the first and most critical piece for building good habits and breaking bad ones." He's right. In the 70s, Dean Hovey would continually meet up with Steve Jobs to design the very first mouse for Apple computers. He was a junior at Stanford and was majoring in product design. One day in drawing class, his professor Jan Molencap asked him if he could draw the roof of the famous Hoover Tower. "Without looking, can you draw Hoover Tower's roof? Can you recall its shape, color, and texture?" his professor said. And all thought Dean either walked or rode by the Hoover Tower very often, he couldn't complete the assignment. Dean couldn't describe the Hoover Tower because every time he passed it, he wasn't aware of it. That is the power of awareness. The author of the book Hyperfocus uses an original technique. He uses an hourly awareness chime. Every hour he's reminded to focus by an alarm, and every hour he writes a short brief of what his attention was like at the moment of the chime. This would build a habit of constantly falling back into a focused state of mind. The best-known productivity key is probably by far hyperfocus. Hyperfocus, also known as flow state, is the immersion on a task to a level where your attentional space is almost full and you're working at 104%. Basically a task that is challenging, but so much that it's overly complicated. Entering the flow state is not complicated. It's all about the organization. A distraction-free environment and a neat organization of your tasks so your attentional space is not overflown are all you'll need to enter this state. If you want to go deeper into distraction-free environments and task management, make sure to check out my channels. Stay zoned.